Ellen Mario Moncada, a 25-year-old young man suffering from mental illness. In November 2009, he suddenly disappeared without a trace. When he left, he did not take any personal belongings with him. His mother searched for him for many years, but Larry remained missing without any news. The truth was only revealed during a cleaning at the place where Larry used to work. Was someone who kidnapped him brought here, or did he accidentally meet with an accident? Let's find the answer together through the following story. The young man was trapped behind a freezer for 10 years in the foul smell from the supermarket's meat section. As usual, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel to support us. Always striving to find more engaging content. Let's get into today. Tragedy, let and learn about his life. Larry was born on August 22, 1984, into a family of Honduran origin. His family immigrated to the U.S. and settled in the city of Castle Bluff, a city located on the eastern bank of the mighty Missouri River. From a young age, Larry showed signs of mental illness. The unfortunate young man had to live with antidepressants for a long time. However, few knew that Larry's journey of treating his mental illness was also arduous and full of despair, just like the way he left. Besides their therapeutic effects, antidepressants can also cause serious side effects. Depending on each person's constitution and physical condition, unfortunately, Larry had to endure those terrible side effects. He experienced hallucinations, always hearing strange sounds echoing in his ears, causing himself to become panicked and fearful. Larry also felt his heart beating too strongly and frequently heard voices commanding him to eat sugar. Mrs. Anna Moncada, Larry's mother, said her son believed that eating sugar would help his heart beat more gently. Clearly, Larry had been and was enduring immense mental pressure. And then, what had to happen, happened. On the 27th, a day after Thanksgiving, after a fierce argument with his parents, Larry rushed out of the house. That evening, when Larry didn't return home, his parents were a bit worried. But they weren't too surprised because Larry occasionally ran away from home like that. Perhaps the young man wanted to go somewhere alone to distract himself and would return on his own. Thinking so, they didn't search for him and went to bed. But by the next morning, Larry was still nowhere to be found. At this point, his parents became truly worried. They, along with a friend of Larry's, split up to search everywhere. However, all efforts failed. Larry seemed to have vanished from the city of Castle Bluff. Larry's family went to the police station to report the incident. They informed the police that Larry had a mental illness, had just switched to new medication so his mood was unstable, and might have gone somewhere only he knew. The police immediately launched an investigation. They even checked information at holding cells and jails to see if Larry had been arrested for any reason, while also contacting Larry's relatives and friends to ask if they knew where he had gone. The police also contacted immigration to check if Larry had left the country illegally. But all failed. No one knew where Larry had gone. Mr. Victor Murillo, Larry's father, said in despair, "My wife and I searched for our son everywhere, but it was completely hopeless. It was as if my son had been swallowed by..." Nevertheless, for many years after that, Larry's parents never stopped believing that he was somewhere. That made him feel safe and familiar. Especially Mrs. Anna, Larry's mother, believed it even more. She always had a feeling her son was hiding at the No Frills supermarket, where Larry used to work. And she often went there to search but also found no results. No Frills is a Canadian discount supermarket chain, specializing in selling daily essentials at low prices. Besides Canada, this supermarket chain is also present in 2 U.S. states, Nebraska and Iowa. Larry had worked at No Frills for 5 years. He was quite satisfied with his job because it helped him expand his relationships, kept him busy, and left no time to dwell on negative thoughts. But in 2016, the No Frills store in Carlton Loft closed, and the building has been deserted ever since. In early 2019, the truth about Larry's fate was unexpectedly revealed, shocking the entire city. On January 24, 2019, while dismantling a cold storage room, workers discovered a body trapped between a wall and a freezer. Unable to believe their eyes, the worker panicked and called colleagues over. Everyone was stunned by this horrifying discovery. Police and emergency personnel were immediately dispatched to the scene. Despite having a hunch, the police still needed more time to identify the body. A few months later, the Iowa Division of Criminal Investigation, the Iowa State Medical Examiner's Office, and the Karlsruhe City Police Department settled that the body found at the No Frills supermarket was Larry Moncada. The autopsy results show that Larry died due to an accident with no signs of violence. The mystery of Larry's disappearance was solved, but it raised another question. Why was Larry not found for a full 10 years? According to some former No Frills employees, they often climbed onto freezer lids to rest and escape the hard work. They also mentioned that the noise from the freezers was very loud, so even if someone cried for help, it would be hard to hear. Additionally, a low temperature in a cold storage might have masked the cell of decomposition. The police had gone to the No Frills supermarket to search for Larry on the day he went missing. But they did not check the inner rooms, where Larry's body was later discovered. They speculated that on the night Larry left home, he went to the No Frills supermarket, climbed onto a freezer, and then accidentally fell into a narrow gap between the freezer and the wall. Unable to escape, Larry died there, possibly due to suffocation or dehydration. Mr. Victor Murillo, the victim's father, painfully shared, "We were completely stunned to learn the truth after all these years. This pain is hard to put into words." In a post on Medium.com, Larry's mother stated that she had wanted to check every corner of the No Frills supermarket right after her son went missing. However, the supermarket management refused this request and did not provide any information about Larry to the family for years. Whenever they came to inquire, they were met with silence. The police also explained that the body might have been saponified, so the human odor was masked by the smell of food in the supermarket. Thus, no one discovered the incident. However, many customers who visited No Frills during that time reported that they frequently smelled a foul odor emanating from inside. One resident shared, others stated, they asserted that the processing area was always kept clean. But the foul smell persisted for a very long time. Thus, despite receiving complaints from customers, the management and staff of No Frills took no corrective measures. When asked why they did not review the security cameras to search for Larry on the day he went missing, the police notified that Larry was not scheduled to work that day. Additionally, the recording cameras had been replaced after many years, making data retrieval impossible. Larry's case was concluded as an accidental death, and no one was held responsible for this loss. Sergeant Brandon Dennison stated, "It is very rare for a victim to be trapped in a wall like that, especially in this area." Hopefully, Larry's family can find peace after learning the outcome. Today's story ends here. A heartbreaking ending for Larry Moncada, a poor young man who endured despair until his death. Before leaving, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications, so you don't miss the next fascinating stories, along with true incident accounts. And now, Ha bids farewell and looks forward to seeing you again in future videos.
If the veil stirred, subscribe and meet the next encounter.